Have you ever wondered why some mornings feel completely refreshing, while on other days, waking up feels just a little bit harder to do? Welcome to our channel, a place where we take a gentle look at the small habits that shape our daily comfort and well-being. As we get older, many of us notice that the way we unwind in the evening can gently guide how rested we feel the next day. Small evening habits can make a wonderful difference over time, but there might be a few very common nightly routines that are affecting your rest a little more than you realize. Let us settle in, take a deep, comfortable breath, and explore a few of these gentle adjustments together. One of the most common things many people do before settling in is spend a little time looking at a phone, a tablet, or the television. This is something many people overlook. While it is lovely to catch up with family, browse through photos, or watch a favorite evening show, the soft, bright glow from these screens can sometimes trick our minds into thinking it is still daytime. Many people notice that when they step away from screens, just an hour or so before bed, the quiet transition helps the mind naturally prepare for rest. It is not about giving up your favorite evening entertainment, but perhaps just shifting it a bit earlier in the evening so your eyes have time to relax. Instead of looking at a bright screen right before turning out the light, some find it wonderfully soothing to pick up a book, listen to some soft instrumental music, or just enjoy the quiet ambience of a softly lit room. Letting the room grow a little darker mimics the setting of the sun, which is a beautiful, natural signal to our bodies that the day is winding down. Here is why this small habit matters. Our bodies appreciate a gentle wind-down period, and the same idea applies to how we nourish ourselves in the evening. Eating a large or heavy meal right before laying down is another routine that many people are used to. Perhaps after a long, busy day, a wonderful family dinner, or a late gathering with friends. But digestion requires energy, and when our body is working hard to process a big or very rich meal, it can feel a little harder to drift into a truly peaceful rest. This can feel subtle at first. You might not even realize that a late evening slice of pie or a hearty dinner is keeping your body too active to fully relax into the mattress. Some find that moving their main dinner to a slightly earlier hour, or keeping the evening snacks very light and simple, makes a noticeable difference in how comfortable they feel when their head finally hits the pillow. A warm cup of chamomile or peppermint tea, or a very small, light bite like a cracker, is often quite enough to settle the stomach, without asking the body to work overtime while you are trying to sleep. Digestion is a very active process, so giving it time to finish up before you lay back allows your physical self to match your mental desire for rest. This brings us to another gentle observation about the rhythm of our evenings, which involves the timing of our sleep. Our bodies are creatures of habit, and they often find great comfort in consistency and gentle repetition. Going to bed at wildly different times each night is a routine that can sometimes confuse our natural internal clocks. This is something many people overlook, especially when retirement opens up our schedules, and we no longer have to wake up early for a strict commute or a morning meeting. Without a demanding morning alarm, It is so incredibly easy to stay up very late, one night reading or watching a movie, and then go to bed quite early the next night because you feel tired. However, many people notice that picking a regular bedtime and a regular waking time helps to gently anchor the day. When you gracefully guide yourself to rest at roughly the same hour every night, the body begins to naturally anticipate sleep. Before you even pull back the covers, it becomes a welcoming, familiar routine, rather than a nightly guessing game of when you might feel tired. Of course, life happens, and not every single night will be perfectly timed, but finding a soft, steady rhythm often brings a beautiful sense of predictability and calm to the evening hours. Here is why this small habit matters. When the body knows exactly what to expect, the mind often naturally follows suit, which leads us to how we handle our thoughts and worries before sleep. It is incredibly common to lie in bed and mentally review the events of the day, plan for tomorrow, or think deeply about family, finances, or household chores. While it is completely natural to care about these important things, bringing a busy, active, and stimulated mind to bed can sometimes delay that peaceful drift into sleep. This can feel subtle at first, perhaps starting as just a few lingering thoughts about tomorrow's grocery list. But mental stimulation can keep us feeling wide awake and engaged when we would much rather be resting. Some find it very helpful to set aside a quiet moment, much earlier in the day, perhaps in the late afternoon, to write down a simple to-do list or reflect on any concerns that might be on their mind. By moving that mental activity to the daylight hours, you are giving yourself permission to completely let go of those thoughts. Once the evening lights go out, your bed can become a tranquil sanctuary, meant just for rest and comfort, rather than a desk for solving the day's puzzles or planning the week ahead. If a stray thought does pop up while you are under the covers, you can gently remind yourself that it is already written down and can wait for the morning sun. As you think about your own evening routines and how you prefer to unwind, remember that there is no need to change everything all at once, as rushing into new habits can sometimes feel more disruptive than helpful. Adjusting your nightly routines gradually is almost always the most comfortable and sustainable approach. Just try tweaking one small thing at a time, perhaps turning the television off 15 minutes earlier, or moving your evening snack back just a bit. Noticing how you feel and being very gentle with yourself in the process. It is also important to mention that while these simple adjustments can be wonderfully supportive for your overall comfort, they are just general observations meant to encourage a peaceful evening. If you have ongoing sleep concerns that make you feel uncomfortable, it is always a good idea to consult a qualified professional who can offer personalized, thoughtful guidance for your specific situation. Restful sleep often comes from these small, consistent, and calming habits, rather than making big, sweeping changes to your lifestyle. It is simply about creating a soft, welcoming environment that invites relaxation, eases the mind, and embraces comfort at the very end of a long, beautiful day. Taking the time to care for your evenings is a wonderful way to care for your mornings. If you found this helpful, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Sleep well and take care.